Okay, so today we'll actually start talking about the Dynatrace. This is not a Dynatrace course, guys. So we'll give you an introduction about Dynatrace and how the Dynatrace UI looks like and how we have to monitor the applications in the Dynatrace. And today we'll also do the installation of the Dynatrace. Unfortunately, we did not have the installation of the Dynatrace. So today we'll also have the installation of the Dynatrace.
No, I want to cover it in the session actually. I want to do it, for show it before you.
Yeah.
So on my machine, right? Hold on one second. All right, yes. So please be be in front of your system, your laptop, and do it along with us. Set up Dynatrace along with us. Okay. So wanted to show you practically. Other institutes are just showing there that but they are not guiding how to set up on your machine, isn't it? We know that how other institutes are providing Dynatrace training. So they're just showing on their machines, and they are not making students install on their machines or set up Dynatrace on their machine. But we want everyone to install Dynatrace on your machine so that you can practice or you can use it anytime, right? If it is set up or installed on your machine. So first of all, what is Dynatrace, guys? It's not stopped actually. What is Dynatrace, guys?
It is an application.
It's a monitoring tool, sir.
Right. Dynatrace is a APM tool, application performance monitoring tool. Right? Hold on, guys. Just let me open your class notes document. Right? Dynatrace is a popular APM tool. Dynatrace is the most popular APM tool. We have a number of APM tools. We have around 10 to 20 APM tools in the market. But Dynatrace is a market leader, and it has it got place in Magic Quadrant. There is some research organization which studies like which tools are having more market share and all. Right, so it is gaining place in that some Magic Quadrant released by in the APM space. Okay, every year or every quarter, right? So Dynatrace is the most popular APM tool. Now tell me, when you have different monitoring tools like Nmon and Java Melody, and Sham covered some monitoring tools, right? So what is special about Dynatrace, or what is the significance of APM tool, or how different it is from other monitoring tools? How different is it from the other monitoring tools? Yes. Listen here. You can take, please listen here. You can take class notes while going through the recorded session. Okay. So when you have a lot of other monitoring tools, what is the significance of Dynatrace, or how different Dynatrace is? Right? Let's understand that. So Dynatrace, any APM tool, see, when you use any other monitoring tools like Pavan or Nmon or Java Melody, right? All these, they just help us to monitor. With LoadRunner, we use these tools. With JMeter, we use other monitoring tools like popular monitoring tools like InfluxDB, Grafana, Telegraph. We have some people who are already joining JMeter also, right? In the evening batch and other batches. So with JMeter, so there are some popular monitoring tools like InfluxDB, Grafana, Telegraph, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. Again, you can use Java Melody. Can we use Java Melody with JMeter also? Any other performance tool also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can use with any monitoring. So you can use with any PT tool, right? Java Melody is for server-side monitoring. So you can use it for any application with any performance testing tool in combination with any performance testing. Now, when we have these many monitoring tools in the market, what is, why is Dynatrace so popular, or, why is Dynatrace? And moreover, Dynatrace is the most costliest APM tool. So when we have those many number of monitoring tools, now why Dynatrace is so popular, or why is it so costly, right? Let us understand that. So basically, all those monitoring tools help us to monitor the resource level metrics, or client side metrics and server side metrics. Your Java Melody, your Nmon, your Perfmon, they all help us to do monitoring only. They will not help you to pinpoint the issue exactly, right? So they will help you to just do server side monitoring. And we need to do a lot of analysis. We need to analyze the test results. We need to analyze the server side metrics. 1 second, guys. Hello. We need to analyze the test results and we need to analyze those metrics. And we need to find out the root cause, or if we have any performance bottlenecks, we need to find out the root cause analysis. We need to do the root cause analysis and find out where is the bottleneck? What is the bottleneck, by the way?
Problem.
Right?
I think delay in response times. Sir.
What is
High
the
response
performance
time.
bottleneck?
Seriously.
What is that?
So fast slower. That is slow.
చేస్తే దాన్ని bottleneck అంటారు.
So bottleneck means some performance issues. Performance bottleneck means performance issues. Some performance issues, they are called as bottlenecks, right? So what are the consequences of performance bottlenecks? Suppose an application is having some performance bottlenecks. What are the consequences of that? Yes. High response times. Yes. Errors, right? Perfect. Next.
What are the consequences of high response times and errors?
What are the consequences of these high response times and errors? Okay. Yes, it can be wrong, put forward your understanding. Online folks, what are the consequences of those performance bottlenecks? Anil, Kamesh, Vinod, Shivaprasad. So what?
So the ain't problem. అవుతుంది ఫైన్ అంటే ఏంటి
What would be the impact on the application? Or what would be the impact of the application on the application?
అది
Right.
end users will get frustrated.
End user will leave the application, sir.
Right. End user will get frustrated and leave the application. They will go to, that business goes to the competitor, right? So our business loses customers. At the same time, competitor will become strong, isn't it? So suppose if Flipkart performance is not good or Big Basket is not working fine, right? Then that business goes to another, competitor. They have a lot of competitors, right? Big Basket is into groceries business now. Now Amazon and Flipkart are also into groceries business. If Big Basket application is having some performance issues, that business goes to, Amazon, right? Who is not even our Indian national, isn't it? Right? Big Basket is owned by, any idea who is owning Big Basket? Tata Group, man.
Tata
Group is
Tata
owning
Group,
Big
sir.
Basket, right? So Amazon is owned by foreign nationals. So if Big Basket, that there is a problem that I face with Basket. Sometimes it doesn't work, or I'm facing a lot of performance issues when I'm trying to place an order on Big Basket. So first I will try to place an order on Big Basket because that is from our Tata Group, right? From our, it is established by or run by Indians, right? Amazon is run by some foreigners, isn't it? Owned by foreigners, isn't it? So I don't want to give business to Amazon. But unfortunately, like whenever I try to place order on Big Basket, so it will, sometimes, not all times, but sometimes, like we face a lot of performance issues on that application, and I had to go to Amazon or some other one, like e-commerce provider or groceries provider, right? Now, so if response times are high and if your application is not working fine, users get frustrated and the business goes to the competitor, isn't it? So now, to overcome all this, to find out these performance bottlenecks. So this is the importance of performance of any application, isn't it? Response time should be within the SLAs. There should not be any errors, right? Up to only 1% of the error rate is acceptable in most of the applications, right? So application will not be 100%, working all the times, or 100% of the transactions will not go through. There can be 1% error rate, but not more than that. Clear, guys? So now see, suppose like when you're trying to buy something on Flipkart or Amazon, if sometimes it is not working, that's fine. But if it is not working like 25% or 30%, definitely you will not want to. You don't want to Next time when you want to buy something, you will not want to, buy any product from them, isn't it? Now, so this is the importance of, performance and, finding the bottlenecks, finding the performance bottlenecks and doing root cause analysis, finding bottlenecks and fixing those issues. That is called as performance engineering, right? Fixing those issues means you may be providing recommendations or you may be giving a solution. Developers will be fixing that. Don't worry that, we need to fix those issues. How can we fix those issues? So we need to find out the issues as performance engineer. We need to report those issues, performance issues, or we need to do the root cause analysis. Remember, this is called as RCA. Okay. RCA stands for root cause analysis. One second, guys. Let me pause recording. 1 second. Right. So that is where these APM tools comes into picture. So APM tools will help you, they will reduce a lot of manual effort. So you need not do all that analysis. And moreover, one more thing, when you are using this Nmon or Perfmon, right? Nmon or Perfmon, you need to start them manually, right? You need to start them manually before starting a test. Suppose you forget to start them and you executed a load test, then what happens? You will not get any monitoring data, or you will not get any server side monitoring details. And again, you need to re-execute the test. So, like that, there is, that is manual and which is error prone, right? Manual can be error prone, right? So we may do some mistakes as well, right? So, but if you have any such APM tools like Dynatrace or App Dynamics or Neuralink, you should know the other APM tools also. There are a lot of APM tools in the market. Dynatrace comes first, and then App Dynamics, and then Neuralink, and then you have Easy. There is something called Elastic APM, right? Semaphore or Datadog, right? There are a lot of APM tools in the market, right? Let me show you a complete list of that. Here it is. Easy, this one, Datadog, Sematext, Pinpoint. This is Elastic APM and CA APM. There are, there are a lot of APM tools in the market, right? And of course, as we discussed, Dynatrace is the market leader in the APM tools. All right. Now, how about, but thing is you need, if you want to set up Dynatrace on your system, these are the prerequisites. You need to have at least 16 GB RAM, right? 8 GB is minimum. It will work, but it will be slower on 8 GB RAM machines. But recommended one is 16 GB RAM, right? And yeah, and we need to have obviously we need to have this is a license tool, by the way. I said it initially, I said it is costly tool, it is a license tool, isn't it? So now, however, fortunately, Dynatrace provides a trial version for 15 days. It provides a trial version for 15 days. Now let us, each one of you, register with Dynatrace, right? And we'll set up Dynatrace on your system. Okay. Can you go to Dynatrace, trial version? Just Google search Dynatrace University or Dynatrace trial version. Any queries on Dynatrace, guys? So now you can see that Dynatrace provides 15 days trial version, 15-day free trial version, no credit card required. You don't need a credit card even. You don't even need a credit card. See, for example, if you want to use AWS, if you want to create a new free tier account on AWS, you need to enter your credit card details or debit card details. However, for Dynatrace, it doesn't require any debit card or credit card number, right? And get up and running in 5 minutes and explore on our environment or use sample data. Now observe here, it is asking for a business email, isn't it? It's asking for a business email. However, you can enter your Gmail ID here. Try with your Gmail ID and try to register. So meanwhile, I will also try to register with one of my Gmail IDs. I think I had already used all my Gmail IDs. Let me get something. Let me 1 second, guys. Minute. Let me try this. Otherwise, I will take one of your Gmail IDs. This doesn't work. I need one of your Gmail IDs, guys. Okay. If this doesn't work. So let me enter that admin at MGMITTraining.com. Okay. And what is it saying? I think I had already registered with this. Just give me a moment. Yes, meanwhile, please register, enter your personal Gmail ID and register with Dynatrace and you'll get an activation email. Activate your account. Please activate your account. Meanwhile, let me search, Aishwarya and others who joined late. Search for Dynatrace free trial. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Dynatrace free trial and you will be on this page. Let me show you that, like you will be on this page first. Let me go back one. Okay. Dynatrace free trial and you will be on this page. Now enter your Gmail ID. It will ask for business email, but it will allow Gmail as well. Even though it is asking for, business email, it will allow your Gmail as well. Okay. Right. And now select the checkbox and, click on continue. All right. Now it will ask for, password, like let me give some password. You can change it once later on. And first name. So right. Now enter your, first name, last name, job title and company, right? You can enter any company, it doesn't validate anything. You can enter any company, right? And then, select your country, give it correctly, give your region as India. And now deploy regions. There is something called deploy regions. So what is the deploy regions? By choosing a server that is closest to your location, you will reduce the latency in your communication between you and your server, giving you better performance, right? So that means, let me show that what all regions are available now and what is the closest one. See, observe here, US, you have US West, US East and EU West. EU means European Union, right? And then AP Southeast Sydney. What is AP?
Asian Pacific.
Huh?
Asian Pacific.
Okay, offline guys, what is AP here? AP Southeast Sydney. What is AP here? Andhra Pradesh అంటున్నారు కొంతమంది. It's Asia Pacific, please remember. Okay, please remember this is Asia Pacific. AP here stands for Asia Pacific, Southeast Sydney. Right, select that one. That is the closest one to you. Right, and now choose all that apply to your interest. Select application performance monitoring, Kubernetes monitoring, infrastructure monitoring, yes, digital experience monitoring, log management analytics, security production, business analytics. Select all of them. That will tell you like how many features does Dynatrace have, right? చెప్పకనే చెప్తున్నారు వాడు ఇన్ని చేస్తాం మేము Dynatrace can do this many. You got it. And now enter your phone number, right? You can give your valid phone number. Okay, you will not get any loan calls or you will not get any credit card calls. Okay, and partner or promo code is optional. Right now we don't have any promo code or partner code. Now simply enter your details. Once you enter your details, click on start free trial. Now it will send an activation email. Now you need to activate your by logging into your Gmail. You need to activate that. Okay. Once can you you should have received an email now. Okay. So please check if did you check the email Gmail ID that I have given? Is it correct? Okay. So then you should have received an activation email, right? So go there and activate your account. I'll show you how it comes. Let me show you how it comes. You'll get an email called welcome to Dynatrace. Because I already used this account already before. That is why I'm using some other one, some other Gmail ID. You'll get an email like this, guys. Welcome to your Dynatrace trial. Understood? And now Dynatrace, you'll get another once you activate, you'll get another email like this. First, you'll get an email like this with subject line as welcome to Dynatrace. Please remember this. Okay, you'll get a mail with subject line as welcome to Dynatrace. Mail వచ్చిందా once? No? Okay, so it is processing sign up. It is still showing that, it is processing sign up. It is saying that this might take a couple of minutes. So please wait. Let me pass recording. So meanwhile, get to know Dynatrace while you wait. Right, I will click on this, open this link. Hey, when did I stop recording? Now, once you are logged in, right? So now let us, let's see how to set up that OneAgent. Okay. Now go to search. Let me close this once and let me show you for recording purpose. Click on this search and search for OneAgent. Okay. And now you see an option to deploy OneAgent. There's, one more thing I wanted to tell you, like in Telegram groups and WhatsApp groups, there are a lot of people who are selling Dynatrace videos. Don't never buy those Dynatrace videos, okay? Because this UI changes every month. Every month the Dynatrace UI changes. So if you are buying some old version videos, there will be a lot of changes from between that old version and newer version, the latest version. Okay. So definitely you will be lost. You will not see the options explained in that old version. In old version, they might have used some navigation, right? That navigation path will be completely different here in the latest version. Right? So that is why, like even having recorded sessions is not beneficial for Dynatrace. You have to do practice, regular practice. If you are using or if you are watching some old versions of Dynatrace recorded sessions, it will not be really helpful. Right? Now, now you have something called deploy OneAgent. Go there, select that, and let me quickly show you like how to deploy this OneAgent. Are you able to see that option, everyone? Everyone logged into your account?
Yes,
And
sir.
did you find this OneAgent by clicking on search and searching that? Now like once you are on this screen, you need to download Dynatrace OneAgent. So first select your platform. Select the platform that your applications run on. By continuing, you agree to our terms and services. Okay. Now select your platform. Right now we are on Windows OS. So let me select Windows. Right. And now what is it asking? Install Dynatrace OneAgent on each Windows machine that you want to monitor. Right. Please enter the pass token. What is this pass? So what does that pass stands for? PAAS. So pass stands for anyone? Any guess? Right. Someone said it correct. Huh?
Platform as a service.
Platform as a service. Platform as a service. See, you should service. See, please remember these terms, guys. You need to remember at least SaaS and PaaS. Okay. You need to remember or you need to know at least what is SaaS. SaaS is software as a service, right? PaaS is platform as a service. Right. Now, so it is asking, please enter the pass token you have, if you already have, or else generate a new one. Right. And if you want to see the information, you see that make sure your access token has the download following scope enabled, install or download. Access tokens generated on this page have exactly the required scope enabled. If you want to manually maintain the access tokens, please use the access tokens page. We'll see that later, what is that all about. So, we don't have a first time when you set up, you click on create token, right? And copy the token. You see here, you have an option to copy that. If you want to see that, how does the token look like? This is how it is, a alphanumeric string, isn't it? It's an alphanumeric string. So copy that and, let me save it somewhere on my machine. Like once you see, in your case, what you need to do, enter your Gmail ID with which you have created that token. Okay. So note down your Gmail ID with which you have created a token and enter the date also, so that, because your account works, your trial account works for only 15 days, isn't it? So suppose you create multiple tokens, you need to know with which token works with which mail ID, isn't it? So that's why you note these details like this somewhere, right? And now, once I created, please copy and store your token in a password manager. You see the newly created token only once upon its creation, right? You see the newly generated token only once upon its creation. So note down and you will not be able to see that later it seems. Right. And now what is the next one? Set customized options, monitoring mode, full stack, infrastructure only, full stack and infrastructure only. Right. You have a couple of options here. You can refer to that. What is monitoring mode? You can click on that and you can go through that documentation later on.
And I'll give you a small, just an introduction about what is full stack and what is infra. Infra only will give you only the basic information like your OS level metrics, CPU, memory, disk, these kind of metrics, and what are all the services that are active on the machine. That is the only information that the infra mode gives you. Whereas full stack would give you the complete information, like what exactly is the what is the what do we call it as pure path. What is a pure path as well? The full stack would actually be able to give that. Okay, so whereas this pure path is not available in the infra. What is pure path? What is pure path? Now let's say I'm actually trying to send out a request to konacard.com. Okay, I've sent a request to konacard.com. Now I'm trying to log in. What would happen when I try to log in? My request would first go to the web server. Then it actually goes to the, when I try to log in, this is a request for a dynamic content, isn't it? I have to log in with Sham. So maybe I've customized my login page. So I'm requesting for some dynamic content. So the request gets forwarded to the app server. And once in app server, it has to retrieve all my data, isn't it? So the app server would fire a request to the DB server, right? All this would happen in the backend, right? When I'm trying to log into Konacard, all this would happen in the backend. Now, when all this is happening, what is the place at which you actually have the performance issue? Okay, so I have sent out a request to Konacard/login. Now, this particular request has actually forwarded the request to this particular method in the app server. This method has actually called this particular these 3 DB questions. Okay, so it would actually have that particular pure path. It would actually send out it would actually log that each request, each query, each method call, how much time it has taken, what are the server resources it has taken. It would actually monitor all those. It would actually show you in the pure path. You would actually be able to see that the pure path. These days we are actually calling those pure paths as traces. Okay, these days we are calling that pure paths as traces, and we all the pure paths together, we actually call them as distributed trace. That particular technology is called as pure path, but in Dynatrace, the specific term that we use is trace. Okay, because we are tracing where this request is going, where from it is originating, where it is going. Okay, I've told you a very, very simple example. Whereas when you actually go to complex systems, what would happen? You would actually call one particular page. That page in turn calls some 3 or 4 services in the backend. Those services have got their own app servers. They have got their own DB servers. So all this, calls tracing back to the final destination, and again coming back to the point of origin. The complete trace you would actually be able to see in this particular Dynatrace. Okay, so all that you would actually be able to see that in the full stack. Whereas in infrastructure mode, only the basic OS metrics would be visible. Is that clear? Yes, guys. Okay. Online folks.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, we got one more opportunity, guys. So from Explio. Okay, so I started leveraging or exploring multiple ways to show placement. yesterday I tried something and it worked out. And today we got some, like referral openings. I'll share that information. Okay. So we continue, like we have only 7 days and we had target of 7 placements this month, right? So as far as I know, like, I mean, maybe some people got it, but it didn't come to my notice. So we are targeting 7 placements this month and today is 23rd August, right? Today is 23rd August. We have only 7 days this month. So we are targeting 7 placements this month. Okay. All right. We'll see, like, how far can we achieve that. Right. What is the next step now? So the next step is download the installer, right? So let me click on download OneAgent installer. You can click on that link or else you can download via command prompt by using this PowerShell command. By the way, what is PowerShell, guys, by the way? Right. So, you have something called, if you type PowerShell here in search box, so you get this, Windows PowerShell, isn't it? So some commands, if you want to execute some commands, those can be executed only in PowerShell. You cannot execute in a normal command prompt, right? So for those, those commands you have to you should use PowerShell only in admin mode again, right? Anyways, we have an option to download by clicking on the link over there. Now you can see that, right, that, Dynatrace OneAgent is installed, download it here and see this is the latest version, 1.295 is the latest version, right? But yeah, let me now proceed to the installation. Once you download that OneAgent installer, so proceed with the installation. It should not take, by the way, like, those who are having 4 GB RAM, it will take a lot of time. I asked you to upgrade your RAM already in previously in multiple demo sessions. All right. Now let me proceed with the installation. So I'm going to install in C program files only. If you, 1 second. Before that, let me check how much is the free space in my C drive. Okay. So I'm
Sir?
having only 27 GB free space. Yes.
Sir, sorry for the interruption. Sir, your screen is not visible, sir. Only black screen visible.
For everyone? Is it for everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Is it?
Yes,
How
fine.
come is that?
Fine. Yes, fine.
Let
We
me
are
switch
seeing
that Wi-Fi, guys. Then. One. I see. Let me stop my screen share and reshare it. Just give me a moment, please. Now, is it visible now?
Yes, fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So, I am having 27 GB only in my system, in my C drive, in my C drive. So, I will install it in my D drive.
Guys,
Okay. So I'll install it in my D drive now. Because, like this is not, my C drive is getting full. You need to have, enough space in your D drive, C drive base, because your operating system will be in C drive by default, isn't it? So, you should not install every program, or you should not download all the files into C drive, right? So what I will do is, like it seems to be like, very less for me in C drive. So I'll install it in my D drive. So how can you install? You can click on browse, right? So instead of, C drive, so you can choose, is there any option to select a drive directly? Select D drive, right? And now here, so hold on. So what is the default path it has shown? Cancel 1 second. I'll do one thing. Let me copy this let me copy this Dynatrace OneAgent, that folder structure, right? Program files కావాలి ఇక్కడ D drive లో. వస్తుంది కదా. Or else, that's fine. Or else, let me install it. So if I will clear some space after that in C drive, let me proceed and install in the C drive itself. I'll clear some space in that. So what is this one? Advanced command line settings. If needed, you can define additional command line settings for your OneAgent installation. Go with the default options. Okay, you can go with the default options and now click install. I will free up some space in my C drive later on. you see that, did you observe that it has shown that, starting OneAgent and then registering the product, right? And it's almost, it's about to be completed. Are you doing that along with us?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Anyone completed?
I am on the same page.
Let me pass recording.
Me also, sir.
So meanwhile, by the time this is completed, so I want to, let you know something. So we started leveraging multiple channels. I had started exploring multiple channels to get referral openings. And yesterday I tried one channel and we got some very good lead from an MNC company. Okay. And actually they are facing a lot of resource shortage in performance. And because, no other training institute, every other training institute is trying to do proxy and all, isn't it? That's why, they are facing huge resource crunch, basically. I'll tell you the company name also. Company name is Explio. Explio Solutions is having a lot of resource requirement, PT resource requirement. And I got one, lead from them now. Okay. So we'll get few more next week, in the next 1 week. And tomorrow we are having interviews. They are having, around 4 fresher requirements and 2 experienced candidates. Right. And this weekend, I have a meeting with one of managers in Mindtree. We are expecting some more, support from them, some more referral openings from them. Right. So please refer, any friends or relatives. So for our new batches, upcoming new batches, from Monday onwards, we are starting 2 new batches, 1 morning batch and 1 evening batch. So now the installation is done. Click finish. Yes.
Yes.
We'll discuss that later. Okay. Now that is done, right? Now we had installed that OneAgent now. Run the installer on the target hoster. What is it saying? Run the installer on the target hoster. And now restart the process that you want to monitor. So once you install that OneAgent, right? So let me now, start some, let me start some Java application on my machine. Let me start some applications on my machine, some web application or, something on my machine. Just give me a moment. I'll pause the recording. By the way, everyone is having Konakat installed on your machine, right? Or at least some of you are having Konakat application installed on your machine, right? Start the Java application. Okay. Start the Java application on your machine. Okay. Meanwhile, let me pause recording and let me start that, Konakat application on my machine as well. Right. Now see here, guys. Now, I had started Konakat application on my machine. So I started my database server. And, if you want to start Konakat first, you need to start your database server, right? So I started that, and then there is a reason why I am starting this, DBWork. I'll explain that later. Now, what is the next step now? Once you install the OneAgent, right? We had installed OneAgent now, isn't it? Now, what is the next step now? Run the installer on the target host. Target host means suppose, you have a remote machine on which you have your Java application. You need to run this command on that application. You may be having Dynatrace, you may be logged into Dynatrace from any machine, but you need to install that OneAgent on the target host. Target host means what is the server that you want to monitor. Understood, guys? On that machine, you need to install OneAgent. Right here in this case, we have everything, we are using only one machine here. I'll try to do one thing in the next session. I'll show you with 2 machines. Okay. So for now, I'll proceed with this. Now, what is the next step now? It is saying that, press Windows R and run the installer from your downloads folder. Let me go to the downloads folder once. Okay. Let me go to the downloads folder, right? And now here, you need to run this installer, right? You need to run that command. We copied a command, right? So let me open a command prompt here. Okay. In this downloads folder. And now copy that command. Simply copy that command and see dot refers to current directory, by the way. This dot refers to current directory. In this current directory, there is OneAgent download installer file. You see the version here, it will automatically identify, because we downloaded from that page only. The version number will be same. And now let me run this, run this command as given in the instructions, as it is given in the instructions, isn't it? So now, meanwhile, let me start that, let me start Konakat server also, Tomcat server also. before starting the command. Sometimes I'm having some issue with starting this Kona card. So let's see what happens. Let's see if it works. So if Kona cut is started successfully, you'll see that normal user page and admin user page, right? It will automatically open new tabs, 2 new tabs in the browser, and it will open that Kona cut application automatically. My Kona cut application, now my application, Kona cut application is started successfully. So assume that we want to monitor Kona cut application with Dynatrace. Is the context clear, guys? You need to run that command, run this command. This one, which one? This command should be run on your target host, right? And how to run it? You type Windows R and run the installer from your downloads folder with admin rights. But how, what is this command? E command and with the following command. Right. Now I came to my downloads folder. Guys, listen here. I came to my downloads folder. Okay, and copy that command and execute. Anyone executed that command? Did anyone execute that command? No? Okay. So now, let me copy that. Let me try to execute that command. Right? So sorry. One second. Let me go to the browser and copy the command again. Right? You have an option here. Observe here. Next to that box, you have an option to copy. Okay. You need not select like this. Simply click on that. Now it is copied. If you see the tick mark, that means it is copied. Right? Now go to your downloads folder and execute that command. Okay. Now it is extracting Dynatrace OneAgent and preparing for installation. What is it saying? Installation of same version of not possible, installation aborted. Okay. So that means, I'm already having Dynatrace OneAgent installed, right? I'm already having Dynatrace OneAgent installed. Wait, please wait. So that's why it is showing that, we cannot install. One of you, can you join Zoom meeting and share your screen? Those who did not have OneAgent, one of you, please, join Zoom meeting and share your screen. No, not Vansi. Vansi, already I'm logged into your account, right? Any one of you. Let me patch it. Okay. Yes, now we know once you run this command, right? So your OneAgent will be installed. I'll show that soon. Now, once you are done with the installation, right? See, on my machine, I am already having OneAgent installed on my machine. Now, if we click on show deployment status, click on show deployment status. Now observe here. This is my machine name, isn't it? See, this is my machine name. Lenovo ThinkPad is my machine name. Let me show you that. Let me confirm that. Or let me show you that. Right? So if you open a command prompt, how to check your host name or server name or your laptop name, device name. Just simply type host name, right? So this is my machine name, isn't it? This is one way to check our machine name. Otherwise, you can also go to this PC properties, and there also it will show the device name, isn't it? If you go to this PC properties, it will show you your device name, right? Now you understood what is this one, what is this Lenovo ThinkPad that it is showing now, isn't it? This is the target host. This is the host on which we installed OneAgent. Now, if you click on that, observe here, it is showing, it will show you what all information it is showing. Observe here. It is showing uptime as 5.7D. CPU utilization is 8% approx. Available memory is 30%. Right? Network utilization is 164 kilobytes per second. And if you scroll down, it is showing you your CPU utilization, memory utilization graphs. And if you scroll down further, it is showing what all services and what all applications are running on my machine. Observe here. It has identified that Kona cut automatically, right? Your OneAgent will automatically identify all the Java applications, all the services running on your machine, right? See, this is not the complete list. You see here, there are, there is a pagination here. You see the results are split into multiple pages. In the first page, it is showing Windows system, Google Chrome, Zoom meetings, OneAgent system monitoring, dbeaver.exe, it is showing all processes and services running on my machine. Remember, all services and processes. Now, what is the difference between process and a service? Explore it. I'll give it as an assignment. Do it yourself assignment. What is the difference between process and a service? Okay. But if you see here, now on my machine, I'm having Konakat running on my machine, which is running as a process. Konakat is running on my machine as a process. MySQL is running as a service. Okay. You need to know what is the difference between running a application as a process and a service. You need to explore it and come back tomorrow. Okay. And now, not only that, it is showing Zoom meetings is running on my machine, Google Chrome is running on my machine, isn't it? And then let's go to the next page and see what all it identified. MySQL, filebeat.exe, right? Lenovo OneTouch service that is related to my operating system, right? Lenovo is my desktop, my laptop model, isn't it? So, and it is, so basically what you need to understand is your Dynatrace OneAgent will identify all the services and processes running on your machine. That's what you need to understand here. It will automatically identify or monitor all of them, right? Now I don't want to monitor all those. I want to monitor my Konakat application. Now select that application, simply select that application. Click on that link. And now see here, observe here, it is showing, it will show you like, what is the resource utilization of this application. See, currently it is very less because, like I don't have any load test running, isn't it? See, right now, I just opened only one browser, that's it, isn't it? Now what I will do is I'll run a load test on Konakat. I'll run a load test on Konakat. I'll open JMeter and I'll run a load test on that application. Meanwhile, let me pause recording for a moment. And let me open that, that test plan, JMeter test.
The difference between, one of the main difference between Dynatrace and other APIM tools is, as Pavan mentioned already, but I'm just trying to reiterate. If you are having Java application, for other application, for other APIM tools like Splunk and all, you need to have a separate agent for Java. You need to have a separate agent for .NET. You need to have a separate agent for Python. And there are some technologies which are not supported. But Dynatrace, there is no separate agents that you have to install. Install OneAgent and it would take care of all the everything. And it would automatically identify all the processes that are there on the machine. And it would actually start showing them. Okay. And guys, it would also identify the technology on which that particular process are running. And it would actually try to monitor those particular processes. Okay. Is that clear? Now, running a test from both Dynatrace as well as JMeter, it is the same. End of the day, you are running the test. However, with the JMeter, you would actually be able to put in more load, right? In LoadRunner, we actually have a restriction like we can only put how much? 50 virtual users load with our community version. But community version means it is only for our learning. It is not for actual commercial use. Okay. It is not for commercial use, only for learning. Okay. So with that, you only have 50 virtual users limitation, but whereas JMeter does not have any limitation. So what Pavan is doing is to run a test in the JMeter so that he would actually be able to put in more load and see how the application performs, and you would actually be able to see a bigger impact on the application that you would actually be able to observe. Okay. If you are running with lesser load, what would happen? There would not be much impact, right? So the load would still be very, very less, which you would not be able to observe very much. But whereas when you actually run with a higher load, you would actually be able to see what exactly is going on. Okay.
Right. Now let me start the test in JMeter now on Konakat application. You should see that resource utilization in this Dynatrace console, right? So observe here, observe here, Konakat application is running on my local machine. Please remember or understand this, right? Server name is mentioned as localhost here at port number 8780, right? And so that means these scripts are pointing to Konakat on my local machine now, not online application. Please remember, you cannot monitor online application with Dynatrace, with local Dynatrace. Got it? You cannot monitor online application with local Dynatrace. Dynatrace is on my current machine. So that's why I started Konakat application on my local machine, and I am monitoring that. I'm going to run a test and show you like, how to monitor that, while you are doing performance testing, how to monitor that, that CPU and memory utilization, resource utilization on that, on that Konakat application on this machine. Right now the test is started. Now let it run. Let it run. I'll minimize this. Let it run. Now you should see some metrics in this Dynatrace console. Okay.
Okay, this Dynatrace, as Pavan was telling, you have to install it on all the actual servers. Okay, all the servers on which the application is deployed. Right, your web servers, your app servers, your DB servers. You have the architecture page. You have that particular architecture page, right? So on all the servers, this Dynatrace OneAgent has to be installed. And when you ensure that that particular Dynatrace OneAgent is actually connected to this particular Dynatrace, okay, to this particular console, all hosts, all different hosts, you would actually be able to add it to one console. Okay, so you would actually be able to observe what exactly is happening in the complete application. Okay, the distributed system of the application. All right.
As we are running everything on the same machine, it's slow. It has become slow. Now you can see here. You can see that you see here there is a lot of activity now. Previously these values are almost 0. Now you see there are 4.53 requests per second coming to Konakat application. CPU, you can see some CPU utilization and memory utilization. How much is the CPU utilization? It's only 1%, and 757 MB of RAM is being utilized. And you'll see the same results if you go to, if you use Java Multi also, you'll see that, the memory utilization will be almost same. I can show that as well. Yeah. Now click on process. Yes.
Okay. So you're actually getting all this particular request from, where are you getting all this request from? One of the requests is from Core and the other is from JMeter. You are actually able to see, since everything is on one machine, yeah, it is also detecting that the Dynatrace is also detecting that all this data is actually coming in from JMeter. However, in the real time, what would happen? The JMeter would be on a different machine. The servers would be on a different machine altogether. So all it would say is, okay, it is actually coming, all this particular data is coming in from these different hosts. Okay, and you would actually be able to see that the traffic is flowing in, and the traffic is flowing to this particular. It is coming to the Konakat. You are monitoring the Konakat application, right? So this is the service. This is a Konakat application that you are actually having. This is what is the now. In order to get all the data, what it has to do? It is actually going to the SQL server. So this is the SQL server. It is actually sending it to the SQL server, getting all the data from the SQL server. So you would actually be able to see the complete architecture of the application as well over here. Okay, is that clear, guys?
Sam is referring to this diagram. So, it is showing you how your requests are flowing to web server and then to app server and then to database server. Of course, in Konakat, we have only application server. Sorry. So it is showing the flow like, how your requests are going to Tomcat server and then they are going to database server. That is why, this is the flow, your application architecture flow or your request flow, how your requests are flowing, isn't it? And understand this, observe here. See, these are calling processes. Calling processes means from where are we getting that load? See, observe here, it is showing Google Chrome because I opened one browser, one user accessing here. Like if you close it, it should disappear after some time, right? So now it should show only JMeter. If you refresh, it will show only JMeter. If you refresh this page, it should show only JMeter now, right? So now, and Apache, it is also showing Apache JMeter.jar. So if you go to calling process now, it should show only Where is that? Okay, maybe it will take some time to refresh. So it is showing Apache JMeter.jar because we are running the test from that Apache JMeter.jar. And now there are 3 services observed here. What are these services? Web request services, right? This admin app and Konakart storefront application. These are the services. And background activity, request executed in the back. Let me open that. Background threads of Konakart. Request executed in the background threads of Konakart. And then it is also showing the final process, which is MySQL, right? All your requests will go to MySQL, right? Database, MySQL database. So this is the flow, and it is also showing how much is the CPU utilization, memory utilization, and how much is the traffic, network traffic. You see here 18%, 18 requests per second. We are getting 18 requests per second to the Konakart server from JMeter, isn't it? From JMeter, we are getting 18 requests per second.
Request per second is equivalent to hits per second is. Okay, in LoadRunner and in your JMeter, whatever the hits per second that you are talking about, that over here, we would call it as request per second. And guys, the most important thing over here is you would also be able to see what is your heap memory statistics, your connection statistics, all that information as well. You would actually be able to see that over here. See, what is the suspension time? 0.58% suspension time. What is suspension? The complete process would stop because of the garbage collection. Very good. Okay, because of the garbage collection. So there is a garbage collection suspension, and 0.58% of the time it is actually stopping. Ideally, that will be much lesser in the real-time applications. But since everything is being run, JMeter, Konakart, MySQL, everything is being run on the same machine, Zoom meetings, right? So many applications are running on the same machine. The suspension time is a little high, but ideally it would actually be a little lesser. Okay. Now, guys, if you come down a little, you would actually be able to see that the system performance is also properly mentioned over here. Okay. It would also give you a detailed CPU breakdown and the memory, worker process, all this information it would give. And guys, the JVM metrics, this is the important thing that you are actually trying to see. What is the heap memory? Okay. Hidden space or the young generation. Guys, I did not tell you this. Young generation is also called as hidden space. Okay. And then you have old generation. All right. Permanent generation would not be listed over here because there is no cleanup in the permanent generation. Okay. Now you can actually see that the old generation until here it was actually having only this much usage. Whereas the moment Pavan started the test, what would happen? It actually ramped up. Okay. Now, if you run the test for sufficient amount of time, you would also see a garbage collection that is happening. Okay. Is that clear? Only when a major garbage collection happens, the old space would actually be cleaned up. We have discussed about all this, guys. Okay. Only when a major garbage collection happens, you would see that the old generation would actually get cleaned up. And whenever there is in the young generation, you already see a drop. Why? Because already here
in the used memory.
In the used memory.
We see a drop in the used memory.
What does that mean? Young garbage collection. Minor garbage collection has already happened. Okay. Minor garbage collection has already happened.
See, what is minor GC? ఏ స్పేస్ లో జీసీ జరిగితే దాన్ని మైనర్ జీసీ అంటాం.
Younger generations.
In young generation, right? So it shows that some garbage collection happened in the young generation, right? So the used memory went up and came down. That means it has triggered some minor GC. Already some minor GC has happened, right? And at that time, see here, you can see also suspension time, right? Of course, in between you are seeing some suspension time as well. And you can, there is an option to analyze suspension.
Okay. And then, guys, you have this particular how many requests are coming in. The app server metrics, you would actually be able to see how many requests are coming in and how it is being utilized. And how this particular Java, this is more detailed view of all this particular different spaces and of how the threads are being monitored, are being handled, and how many web requests are actually coming in. Okay, clear about it, guys? So this is how you would actually monitor the Konakart service. Okay, you would actually be able to see more properties over here of what this particular Konakart service is. It would actually give you, all the properties over here. And if there are any problems with this particular service, what do you mean by problems? Your response times are high, you have got errors, all these problems, you would actually be able to see that over here in the problems. Okay. And then you also have the events. What are the events? Any process restarts. Any process restarts on the servers would actually be listed over here. Okay, guys, Dynatrace is a tool which is like Big Boss. Okay, Big Boss, anni chustu untadu, isn't it? So this is like Big Boss. It would be looking at everything that is happening on the server. It would keep noting down everything that is happening on the server. Okay, and finally it would give you the analysis. Okay, this is the reason why this is what has happened. Maybe it would give analysis, or maybe you would have to analyze that by yourself. Okay, now if you actually go to this particular events, see there are 13 events that happen. Okay, and what are those 13 events? There are a lot of deployment changes that have happened. Okay, and that is mostly on the Konakart applications. Okay, because you restarted this after the Dynatrace has been installed, you would actually be able to see that. Okay, but once that particular initial deployment is complete, you would not be able to see all those. Only when the process restarts or anything, or the MS SQL process restarts, all those things would actually be listed over here. Okay, so that is the events page of it. Okay, and guys, you would also be able to see the whatever the logs that are being written for the Konakart, you would actually be able to see that in the logs. But normally, guys, in your real-time applications, you would actually see that in your real-time, thing, you would actually see that the logs usually would be disabled. You need to have some extra license for this particular logs, and you also need to have a lot of space on the DB server of the Dynatrace DB server for storing this particular logs. So usually we would actually disable this particular logs, okay, in the real time. But over here, we are just running this. Everything is being run. All right. So every log, what do you mean by log? The app server log, whatever is there, it would actually be pulled over here. Okay, it would actually be pulled over here. Normally, why would we disable this? As I said, it would actually consume a lot of space. And two, if you are going down to the level of observing the logs, then you better go into the app server and you observe the logs. There is no point in actually pulling that again onto the Dynatrace and having that. Okay, so usually they would disable the logs in the real time, but ideally, in this particular situation, you also have the logs. Okay, clear about this, guys? And guys, your real-time view would actually be a little different from whatever the view that is over here, because this is an admin view. Okay, this is an admin view. That is, we are the Dynatrace admin over here. That is why you are actually able to see this particular view. But in real time, the view would be a little different. Okay, you would actually have 4 or 5 different metrics, and under that you would have this particular host, applications, services, infrastructure, all this front end, all this different smartscape technology, all these different tabs you would actually have. Okay, so you would actually be able to click on one of those, each one of those tabs. You click on the host tab, all the hosts that are being monitored under this particular Dynatrace console, you would actually be able to see that particular host. Okay, and if you click on the services, all the services, Konakart, MySQL, all the services that are there and that are being monitored by this particular console. What do I mean by this particular console? Let's say I'm actually monitoring multiple hosts under this. Okay, all the services that are there on each of this particular host would actually be listed under that particular service. Okay, so it would be a little different, guys, but you can just simply explore it, and you would actually be able to very easily get through that. Okay, clear about this, guys?
Population is very much.
Okay, and guys, what we one more very important benefit that you would actually be able to get is you would actually be able to create a dashboard. Okay, you would actually be able to create a dashboard. So let's actually quickly create one particular dashboard over here. Okay, so let's actually quickly create one particular dashboard over here and see. This is for the last 2 hours. Let me actually change this to last 30 minutes, and then let me actually add a metrics tab. Okay, so which particular okay, not metrics. Let me actually not add this particular metrics.
Now we'll see that tomorrow recording will get lengthy. It's already 10:30 starts.
10 starters and okay. All right, guys. We'll see the dashboards
The next session.
in the next session. Okay. All right, guys.
Recording will get lengthy and it is taking a lot of time to convert to MP4 and uploading also. So we'll stop it here for today and we'll see dashboard creation in the next session. All right. So meanwhile, set up your install that Ponacut, and if you don't have, and set up the Dynatrace on your machine also, and upgrade the RAM if you are facing any system issues. Upgrade your RAM. Okay. On this weekend. So we can see the dashboard creation and all in the next session. All right. So I'll stop it here, guys, for today.